For the runner's yoga, I'm going to take you through the speed that you would do this for flexibility. If you're doing this before an activity, you would go through this at a faster pace with less than a 10-second hold in each position. So here we go. First, reach down towards your toes, and from here, straighten out your back, then reach back down towards your toes. Now walk your hands out so that you're at top of a push-up position. From here, slowly lower yourself down. Before your body touches, go into an upward dog position. Try to keep your hips on the ground as low as you can while you're pushing your elbows straight. Now we're going to switch back into a child pose. So sit back here, and you're trying to get your heels to touch your bottom, rounding out your back like a C, and stretch the arms out as far as you can. You could feel this stretch in lots of different places. If you have pain, you can modify it, go less into it, or put a towel between your heels or between your knees. Good. Now from this position, we're going to tuck our toes up. Then you're going to bring your hands a little closer to your body, and you're going to stick your bottom up to go into a down dog position. Really reach that bottom up towards the wall behind you so that you're elongating, and push through your arms so that you're trying to flatten your back out. From here, slowly pedal out the legs where you slightly bend the knee and let the heels go down towards the ground so that you feel a stretch in the calf. Now we're going to take our right leg, start by bending your knee, push your right heel towards the wall behind you, and then you're going to bring that right knee forward so that your foot is on the outside of your hand, just so that they're next to each other here. Now push with your right elbow into your right knee so that you feel a stretch along the inner thigh of the right leg. Good, we're just going to hold this position for a second here. Now we're getting ready. We're going to shift our weight over to our left hand. Take your right hand and reach back and grab your left foot. So now you should be feeling a stretch in the left thigh, and you want to make your body long from your knee to your head here. So you should feel a nice big stretch on that left thigh. If you can't reach your foot, work up to it or use a strap to grab that. And you're just going to hold here for a bit. Good. And then once we're in this position, we've had a good stretch. Now we're going to slowly release that left foot. Put your right hand back down on the ground. Shift your weight backwards and put your foot so that your heel's on the ground. With a long, tall back, you're going to want to stretch your leg out with the knee straight. And you want to elongate again from your bottom to your head. You want to make your back as long as you can and as straight as you can. Mine doesn't go as straight, but try to get it moving there. Good. Then from this position, you're going to take that right leg and you're going to turn it into a figure 4 stretch. So you'll bring your right foot towards your left knee and then shift your weight forward so that you're in a 4 position. This is called like a pigeon lunge sometimes. And now keeping the back leg straight and trying not to twist your hips, lie down into a position where you're feeling a stretch on the outside of the right hip and even into the butt a little bit there. Good, we'll just hold there. You can pause any of these and hold a little longer if you like the stretch, but we're kind of taking you through in real time here, speed. And now from this position, you're going to shift your weight, so put your right bottom on the ground. And when you do that, you're going to bring your right foot to your left knee with the left knee bent. And then you're going to make yourself tall. With your right hand to the outside of your body, you're going to reach the left hand under and reach through and kind of walk along the ground while still maintaining height. You should feel a stretch in your side, getting a nice stretch here. Keep yourself tall. If you're more flexible than me, you might be able to thread that arm even further through to the other side, but maintain a nice tall posture here. Good. And then now we're going to switch into our final stretch before we switch sides. Swing the left leg out straight. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Make your back tall. Reach forward towards your lead foot. And then as you go, the motion is, I won't be able to do this, but reach your head towards your shin and start to bring your body forward, and you should feel a big stretch in the calf and even the back of the thigh. Good. Now we're going to stand back up and we're going to start again. So we're going to go through the same position. So we're going to start in standing, feet together. We're going to make ourselves tall, reach down towards our toes. See if it's a little easier the second time you did it. Hopefully those stretches helped. Now flat back, back down to the toes. Walk your hands out. From here, lower yourself into a push-up without going all the way down to the ground. Push up so that you feel a nice big stretch in your hip flexors and in your abdomen. You'll feel, you should try to keep the hips as close to the ground as possible, elbows straight. And this is a nice good stretch if you've been doing a lot of good core work. Shouldn't feel too much pressure in your back. Squeeze your bottom a little bit if you're feeling a lot of pressure in the back. Make a muscle in your bottom, see if that helps. Good. Now from here, shift your weight back so that you're in a child pose. Get your heel and bottom touching first, and then walk your arms out. Nice C, rounded back posture there. Try to see how close you can get your elbows to the ground. You can even feel a lat stretch here. Good. Let your head kind of relax and look towards your knees. Good. Practice, you can do some breathing here as well. Practicing breathing into the belly. See if that helps you relax into the stretch. Good. Now you're going to go bring the hands closer to you. Tuck the toes under again. Go into an upward dog. Push your hips backwards and then pedal out the legs a bit here. Good. Pushing again through the floor with your hands to try and get a nice flat back. And now we're going to reverse what we did last time. You're going to take your left foot, bend your left knee, push your heel towards the ceiling, and then hold that for just a few seconds. Now bring that left foot forward so that it's on the outside of the left hand on the ground, and you'll see that in a nice position there. And then you're going to push that left elbow into the left shin knee area so that you feel a stretch on the front of that, or the inside of that left thigh. Good. And now from this position, you're going to shift your weight over to your right hand. Take your left hand, grab your right foot or ankle, and now you should be feeling a stretch on the right quad and into the hip flexor. So you should feel a nice big stretch there. And we're going to hold that for a little bit. This is one of my favorite. I think after some speed work or hard lifting, this is always a good one. Good. Practice your breathing. Now release your foot gently to the ground, and now you're going to shift the weight backwards, and you're going to get that leg straight out in front of you. Make your back tall, and you should feel a stretch in the back of the thigh, making yourself long from your bottom to your head as much as you can. Good. Foot's kind of relaxed in this position. And now we're going to walk that left foot across towards our right side and then go into a lunge position again, just like we did on the other side. Make sure that you're not rotating at the hips. Bring your right hip towards the floor, and then you're going to slowly sit down into this until you feel a stretch on the outside of the left hip and thigh. Good. Feel a nice stretch. Practice your breathing. You can hold this longer or shorter. Shorter again, you don't want to do more than a 10-second hold if you're doing this before an activity. After, you can hold 1 to 2 minutes. If you like this, just pause the video. Good. Now sit up again, and you're going to bring the left foot to the right knee, sitting tall. You're then going to reach your right hand under your left, and you should feel a nice big stretch. And again, you're keeping that foot and knee together, so that kind of locks the pelvis in place. And then you're reaching across, trying to get a nice big stretch in the low back, even up into the lats a little bit there, and even up into the shoulder blade for that right side. Practice some breaths here. Good. And now final one. Bring the right leg forward. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Grab that left foot, if you can, with both hands. Make your back long, and then you're going to reach forward, and you're going to try and just bring that forehead to the elbow, folding at the hips so that your back stays long as you go. And that's the runner's yoga.